So at this point you can tell that it has gotten soft peaks, and I'm going to start adding the sugar 1 tablespoon at a time. You just want to add it really slowly. You kind of wait until you see that it's kind of combined. It is a slow process, but it is well worth it. The cookies come out wonderful. And then you'll start to see that your meringue starts to get very glossy, very shiny. You just got to be patient with it. So I'm just going to keep slowly adding this in, and then I'll be back to show you how I add in the cocoa powder. Okay, so I've done mixed all of that sugar. And you can see it's really nice, glossy. Now I'm about to add in my cocoa powder. So what I do is I take off the attachment, and it still has sort of a light gooey peak. And it's still, you see it's very shiny. So I set the attachment aside, and then I take my cocoa powder and I sift it in to get rid of all lumps, because cocoa powder is very infamous for being very lumpy. So I just sift it over the top. See all those lumps? Very lumpy. I want to get all that out because we just spent all that time to get all of that fluffy meringue. So we got all that in. I think there was a little bit left in the bowl. We want all of that cocoa heavenness in those cookies. Put our attachment back on. And then we want to whisk it for another good 2 minutes to bring it to really stiff peaks. And at first it'll look like it's not going to combine. And then you whip that sucker on really high and it will. So I will be right back once we are done. Okay, so we are all done. And this is what you should get. Wonderful glossy chocolate meringue that looks out of this world. So I'm going to fill the piping bag, and then I'm going to prepare the trays, and I'll show you exactly what we're going to do. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got things prepped and ready to go. So all I did was I put my wax paper down, and what I did with the edges is I got a spoon full of a little bit of leftover meringue, and I put it underneath the edges. And my baking sheets are really big, and I don't have wax paper that fills these, so I had to use 2 sheets. So I put one under the 4 corners, then underneath where the wax paper meets, and I take just a little bit and I stick it under the edge right here, and I place just a dollop right there, and then I just press it down so it meets. And then with the peanut butter M&Ms, what I do with these is I just grab an M&M, and then I kind of take my spoon and I wipe it so it covers the bottom like that, and it allows me to adhere it to the sheet. So that way, when I pipe my meringues, they don't move. Because I tried it once just moving them, not moving them, piping it on top of them, and they slid all the way around. So my daughter actually had the idea of putting the meringue underneath them so they didn't move, and I'll be darned if it didn't work wonderfully. So kudos to my daughter, who helps me in the kitchen all the time. She helps me bake. God love her. So then with your bag, I think I overfilled this one. Looks like it's about to explode. With your tip, whatever you have, I just hold it about, let me scooch just a little closer, just a little bit above it, and then with good pressure, you just want to press just a blob to cover it, and then I come up and just leave a little tip at the top for it. Just make sure that it's covering it. And you can make these as big or as small as you want. I just make a little dome around them. You know, you get more with it out of your batter. But you can make them bigger. You know, some people make them bigger. Some people make them smaller. It's all up to you how you want to make them. This is one good thing that I love about making these meringue cookies, is that you can play with the tips. You can play with the sizes. One time my daughter and I made Jello meringues, and she liked the blue raspberry Jello, and she actually spelt her name out of it, and it turned out so cute. And one of my favorite tips is the star tip, and I like to do those too. So as you can see, that's all you do. And you know, sometimes it looks like that one didn't cover, so you can just press down and push a little more at the bottom and make sure you cover it. And they'll expand a tiny bit too. So your oven should be preheated at 250 degrees. These are going to bake for about 35 minutes. And then when 35 minutes is done, then you're going to turn the heat off. You're going to crack your oven open, leave them in there for another 30 minutes, and then you can pull them out and leave them on your counter. One funny thing that my daughter and I love is when you pull them out and you set them on the counter, you can hear a little crackling noise. So when these are done, I'll be back to show you the finished product. Alright guys, we're back and they're done. They were in the oven for 35 minutes, and then I opened the oven a crack and turned off the oven and set a timer for 30 minutes and just pulled them out. And you know they're ready when they just come right off without. And then this is what the bottom, you can see the M&M and where we kind of glued the M&M to the bottom. And this is what the top should look like, and you should hear that famous sound. It's hard. And then the middle should be nice and fluffy. And see, they all kind of come right off. And then if you have, when you're piping, and then if you happen to have an air bubble in your bag, you'll get a hole like that. But it's okay. You know, you're going for the taste and whatnot. But, you know, some of them have cute little peaks to them. And I have the other tray, and it made quite a few, as you can see, with just that one batter. So I hope you liked the video, and that was how to make chocolate peanut butter meringue cookies. So next is chocolate chip cookies. Woo, yay! In my videos, you'll notice that I don't try them. I don't try any of the things that I make due to a medical condition. I don't eat. I take all of my nutrition from IV, which is why I wear the backpack. I take all of my nutrition through IV. So unfortunately, I can't bite into these for you and show you the middle, but I can cut one and show you the middle and show you what they look like. As you can hear, nice crunch. So the middle, as it's supposed to fall apart, they're nice and crunchy. This is the exterior, and the interior looks like this. It's supposed to be a nice chewy, see as I press on it? It's a nice chewy interior. So those are the cookies. So normally my family will eat all the things I bake. These are going to be gifts for my best friend's birthday, which is on the 20th, so it doubles as birthday Christmas gift. So that's what I do. I love to bake, and they're gifts. They're for my family, friends, and all of that. So that's what I do. And as you can tell on my shirt, I love to make cupcakes. Anything, actually. I like to try new things as well. So, brings me joy, brings them happy tummies. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked this video. I'll leave the recipe and all the ingredients down below. Unfortunately, I accidentally hit the stop button on the first video, so I have to do part 1, part 2. So, I'll leave all of the ingredients down below on this one too. And thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.